The National Electrical Code, or NEC, mandates specific guidelines for installing ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, outlets near water features like koi ponds to mitigate electrical hazards. According to the NEC, a GFCI outlet must be installed a minimum of 6 feet away from the water's edge of a koi pond. This distance is crucial to ensure that the outlet is not readily accessible to individuals who might accidentally fall into the pond and potentially come into contact with live electrical components. The primary reason for this requirement is safety. Water is an excellent conductor of electricity, and the presence of a live electrical source near water significantly increases the risk of electric shock or electrocution. Installing the GFCI outlet at least 6 feet away reduces the likelihood of someone in the water being able to touch the outlet or any connected electrical device, thus minimizing the risk of electrical injury. A GFCI outlet is a safety device designed to protect individuals from electric shock. It works by monitoring the current flowing through a circuit and quickly interrupting the power supply if it detects an imbalance that indicates a ground fault. A ground fault occurs when electricity flows along an unintended path, such as through a person's body. The GFCI outlet constantly compares the current flowing into the device with the current flowing out. If there is a difference of even a few milliamps, the GFCI outlet trips, cutting off the power within a fraction of a second. This rapid response is crucial in preventing serious injury or death from electric shock. In the context of a koi pond, the presence of water and potentially wet surroundings increases the risk of a ground fault. If an electrical device connected to the outlet, such as a pump or lighting fixture, develops a fault, the electricity could flow through the water, creating a dangerous situation. The GFCI outlet's ability to quickly interrupt the power supply in such a scenario is vital for safety. The 6-foot distance requirement is not arbitrary. It is based on practical considerations and testing to determine a safe zone around the water's edge. This distance provides a buffer to reduce the chances of accidental contact with the outlet or connected devices. It also accounts for factors such as splashing water and the potential for someone to reach for the outlet while standing near the pond. The NEC is a comprehensive set of standards and guidelines for electrical installations in the United States. It is developed and maintained by the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, and is updated every 3 years to reflect the latest advancements in electrical technology and safety practices. The NEC is not law itself, but it is widely adopted by state and local jurisdictions as the basis for their electrical codes. Compliance with the NEC is essential for ensuring the safety of electrical installations and protecting people and property from electrical hazards. When installing a GFCI outlet near a koi pond, it is crucial to follow all applicable NEC requirements and local codes. This includes not only the minimum distance requirement but also other considerations such as the type of enclosure used to protect the outlet, the wiring methods employed, and the grounding and bonding of the electrical system. The outlet should be installed in a weatherproof enclosure that is designed to protect it from the elements. This is particularly important in outdoor locations where the outlet may be exposed to rain, snow, and other environmental factors. The enclosure should be listed for outdoor use and should be properly sealed to prevent water from entering. The wiring methods used to connect the outlet should also be appropriate for outdoor use. This typically involves using underground feeder or off cable or conduit to protect the wiring from physical damage and moisture. The wiring should be properly sized for the load it will be carrying, and all connections should be made securely. Grounding and bonding are essential for electrical safety. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, allowing the GFCI outlet to trip and interrupt the power supply. Bonding connects all metal parts of the electrical system together to create a low impedance path for fault current. This helps to prevent voltage differences that could create a shock hazard. The grounding and bonding system should be installed in accordance with the NEC and all applicable local codes. It is also important to consider the location of other electrical equipment near the koi pond. Any electrical devices, such as pumps, filters, and lighting fixtures, should be installed in accordance with the NEC and should be properly grounded and protected by GFCI outlets. The wiring for these devices should be routed in a way that minimizes the risk of damage or exposure to water. In addition to the NEC requirements, it is also important to follow any manufacturer's instructions for the installation and use of electrical equipment. The manufacturer's instructions provide specific guidance on how to install and operate the equipment safely and effectively. Ignoring these instructions could void the warranty and could also create a safety hazard. When planning an electrical installation near a koi pond, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician. An electrician can assess the site conditions, determine the applicable code requirements, and design and install the electrical system in a safe and compliant manner. Attempting to perform electrical work without the necessary knowledge and experience can be dangerous and could result in serious injury or property damage. Furthermore, some jurisdictions require that electrical work be performed by a licensed electrician. Hiring a qualified electrician ensures that the work is done correctly and that it meets all applicable codes and regulations. It is also a good idea to obtain any necessary permits before starting the electrical work. Permits are required for many types of electrical installations, and they help to ensure that the work is inspected and approved by the local authorities. Obtaining a permit can also help to avoid potential fines or other penalties. In summary, the NEC requires that GFCI outlets be installed at least 6 feet away from the water's edge of a koi pond to minimize the risk of electric shock. This requirement is based on the understanding that water is a conductor of electricity and that the presence of a live electrical source near water significantly increases the risk of electrical injury. To ensure electrical safety near a koi pond, firstly, install GFCI outlets at least 6 feet away from the water's edge. Secondly, use weatherproof enclosures for all outdoor outlets and electrical connections. Thirdly, employ appropriate wiring methods for outdoor use, such as underground feeder cable or conduit. Fourthly, ensure proper grounding and bonding of the electrical system. Fifthly, protect all electrical devices with GFCI outlets. Sixthly, follow manufacturer's instructions for installation and use of electrical equipment. Seventhly, consult with a qualified electrician for design and installation assistance. Eighthly, obtain any necessary permits before starting the electrical work. By following these guidelines, individuals can help to ensure the safety of themselves and others around koi ponds and other water features. The information provided here is intended for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional advice. Always consult with a qualified electrician and follow all applicable codes and regulations when performing electrical work. Safety should always be the top priority when working with electricity. Electricity can be dangerous if not handled properly, and it is important to take all necessary precautions to avoid injury or property damage. By following the guidelines outlined in the NEC and other safety standards, individuals can help to ensure a safe and enjoyable experience with electrical devices and systems. Remember to always turn off the power at the circuit breaker before working on any electrical equipment. Use insulated tools and wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as gloves and safety glasses. Never work on electrical equipment while standing in water or on a wet surface. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, always hire a qualified electrician to do the work for you.